What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Lords of the Long Box and the Cover Price Shakers of the Week, the list that I like to call the most regretful list and FOMO list ever, because at one point I owned most of the books on this list, but hopefully some of you will not be full of regret, and some of you will be jumping for joy, while others will be like, gosh darn it.
I had that.
I know. Before we get started, while you guys congregate, let me introduce you to the Lords.
These fellows were a real news team. Burgundy, of course, was the foundation, the rock. But each member brought their own special something to the equation.
People call me the Bry Man. I'm the stylish one of the group. I know what you're asking yourself, and the answer is yes. I have a nickname for my penis. It's called the Octagon. But I also nickname my testes. My left one is James Westfall, and my right one is Dr. Kenneth Noisewater. You ladies play your cards right, you just might get to meet the whole gang.
Back booth there at Charlie Blazers every Friday night. Champ here. I'm all about having fun. You know, get a couple of cocktails in me, start a fire in someone's kitchen, maybe go to SeaWorld, take my pants off. Anyway, I become kind of famous for my signature catchphrase, whammy, as in Gene Tennis at the plate. And whammy!
I'm Rick Tamlin. People seem to like me because I am polite and I'm rarely late. I like to eat ice cream and I really enjoy a nice pair of slacks. Years later, a doctor will tell me that I have an IQ of 48 and am what some people call mentally retarded.
That's crazy.
Brother, check it out now. The Funk Soul Brother, right about now. The Funk Soul Brother, check it out.
That'll get you. Well, sorry, I just needed to get woken up a little bit. I don't think you guys were ever formally introduced to the Lords, but that sums us up in quick right there. Some will say I am mentally retarded eventually. I won't say segue into that, but say what's up, Otto, to the good folks.
That's a good one. I knew that was coming right there. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Otto. That was pretty funny. Good intro. Funk Brothers. That was great. Good intro. Where'd you find that DJ, Tim?
That is DJ Noto from Italia. Ciabello,
Nice. Very
Ciabello.
cool.
Speaking of Ciabello, JB, say what's up to the good people.
How you doing, everybody? I'm JB with Discovery Bay Comics and can't wait for tonight's list because I've actually got some of these books, man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm pumped.
This is a rather good list, I do believe. This is from our friends over at CovrPrice.com. Go to CovrPrice.com. Sign up for a 2-week free trial if you like it. $6.99 a month. It's just the price of a McRib that you can't get no longer, gosh darn it. Get your price guides, collections, and trends. They got a weekly newsletter, a yearly newsletter, just some great guys over there. So it's also brought to you by our friends at RasComics.com. They have a new mystery box that's sold out, but they also have an Aliens variant that's dropping Sunday. They dropped an Aliens variant tomorrow as well. They already showed the cover for it. It's Mike Mayhew, and I can't tell you who the other artist, but that artist is dropping on Sunday, so look out for it. Aliens #1. Once again, this is the Cover Price Shakers of the list. This is basically big boys, movers. Well, not really movers. I like to call them shakers. So this is coming from our friends from Cover Price. This is focusing on new sales, on new high sales, or the most interesting sales found on their exclusive daily Shakers list. This list changes several times every day So make sure you check it out to review some of the hottest trending books on the market. I do believe one of these, they sent me this list yesterday, and one of the prices already changed on it. So that's how often they change it. At the end of the show, we'll go and take a look at some books from today and see if anything jumps out at us. Shout out to everybody in the live chat. I hope you guys are enjoying your Thursday. Happy WandaVision Eve. May all of your speculations not happen, because I think we're going to be left on a cliffhanger. But let's get right to the boys and girls. And what do we got for the first one?
All right, number 1 on the list, we've got Deadpool number 45, originally published in 2015 from Marvel Comics. Like the regenerating degenerate himself, speculation on Deadpool comics keeps coming back from the dead. This time we're seeing a spike in sales of some Deadpool titles following news from Kevin Feige that the Deadpool 3 movie will not depart from its popular format, even as it moves into the more family-friendly Disney MCU realm. This means the merc with a mouth can proceed unbleeped in all his break the fourth wall, all R-rated hubris. Now, it's hard to argue with the success of the last 2 Deadpool movies, which cleared about $1.5 billion. Now, among the Deadpool books popping, we noticed a record-breaking sale for his 250th self-titled issue, Deadpool number 45 from 2015. In particular, the Scotty Young Run the Jewels 1 in 15 incentive variant sold for a record $789.71 this week for a CGC 9.8 copy. Now, the previous high sale on that grade was only $450. Ironically, the comic was advertised as the last Deadpool comic, and further, it would conclude the death of Deadpool. Well, it was, sort of, and it did, sort of, in a surprise ending when 2 alternate universe Earths collide, smashing Deadpool's yacht in between and incinerating him. But of course, he didn't actually stay dead, and he was back the next season, and the next, and the next.
Yeah, so
Oh, man.
for Deadpool fans, this is the one of the book that they always get for. And if you're a Run the Jewels fan, the hip hop group, then it's another one. Run the Jewels have been frequently homaged on Marvel covers. I think there's one with Howard the Duck doing the Run the Jewels symbol as well. So, but those hardcore Deadpool fans, they know about this variant. It's one of the kind of just cooler ones, and obviously all black cover. From 2015. So there you go, man. So for all those people who collecting sports cards joining us, welcome. And there you go. Spend some money on that. So
if
first
you
on
can
the
find
list,
it.
yeah, first on the list is Deadpool number 45, the Scotty Young Run the Jewels variant. All right, what do we got next?
We got a lot right here. We know this book. Edge of SpiderVerse number 2. This is the Greg Land 1 in 25. Good Lord, look at this money. All right, this is very wordy, so I'm going to take my time.
Hold on a second.
this.
I have something for this.
Damn!
All right, you.
That's
continue.
right. That's right.
God, Lord.
Oh, good Lord. Here we go.
Good
With the Miles Morales jumps, made us look a little bit closer to Spider-Gwen's. She's been on the heels of the Miles market heat for a while now. However, Mr. Morales is currently miles away in the value. Oh, get it, guys, miles away.
Nice.
All right, there we go. Hold on a second. His 1 in 25 is currently selling at $20K. And the first print now is at 2,600 and still climbing. Okay, first Miles 2,600. However, Spider-Gwen's really starting to pick up heat. Miles' trajectory really shows there's what's to potential to come for with Gwen. Her first print is now over $1,000 and still steadily rising. The 1 in 25 land variant just hit a new high of $6,900 for a CGC 9.8. This sounds familiar, right? It's very August 2020 for Ultimate Fallout 4. She can catch up to Miles, probably not, but she's going to get pretty close. Like Miles, pay close attention to the 9.6s, while the 9.8 snobs will turn their nose at a 9.6 modern, but it's still a good investment. With all that being said, we're watching this book in all the printings closely. First print, second print.
Wow.
6,900. All I can say to that is
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Wow.
Straight up. Edge of Spider-Verse number 2, the Greg Land 1 in 25 variant. I sold my 9.8 for a paltry $1,000. Signed by Greg Land. Signed by Greg Land 9.8. I only bought it for like $100.
But
so
still, all right. So you made 10 times.
So
your
I bought
money.
it way back when like nobody really knew who Greg Land. I mean, 2015 he wasn't that popular, and the character hadn't taken off yet. There was a little bit, but not the craziness that it is now. But God, Lord have mercy. Because I always say, remember the issue number 2, there's a lot of reprints, but there's only like a couple of variants on it. So if Miles comes, Gwen is going to come. If you watch Edge of Spider-Verse again, the animated movie, Spider-Man is pretty badass in that, man. I dig.
She really is.
Yeah, she's already she's showing that she knows how to use her powers and everything. But man, there you go. Edge of Spider-Verse number 22, the Greg Land 1 in 25 variant, selling for nearly $7,000 and 9.8. Hey, I think we have something related to WandaVision. Maybe.
All right. Next up, we've got the Silver Surfer number 3, originally published in 1968 from Marvel Comics. Okay, what do you think? Mephisto or no Mephisto?
No
As the
Mo.
big bad on WandaVision. Well, despite Agatha's reveal as the one behind it all, many still feel she reports to a more powerful MCU villain like Mephisto. This has long been a standing speculation since the beginning, and many are holding strong. In fact, one collector spent $15,950 on a CGC 9.6, which more than doubled the last high of $6,100 in December. Hopefully this pans out for that collector. It seems that WandaVision is enjoying swatting down speculation each and every week. What do you guys think?
This is, if you saw Paul Bettany last night doing his, he did a couple of talk shows. He was on Good Morning America. He was also on Stephen Colbert. And then I watched a couple of weeks ago or a couple of days ago on the Late Late Show, the one with the guy who used to be on SNL. And he had another one where they interviewed Darcy. Basically, they didn't say anything. But the thing about Paul Bettany is he kind of let it out that, the cameo he was teasing, he was like, I didn't really think people were going to latch onto that. Just like the aerospace engineer really is not paying off. I mean, they almost do. They interviewed the showrunner, and he was like, a lot of people are going to be disappointed, but a lot of people are going to be happy. I still thought it was going to be a 6-hour runtime, but apparently it's not, unless they include the extra episode, which is going to be next week. But either way, we're going to find out tonight. Tonight's episode is 50 minutes long. So,
It's going to end.
On this channel here, we will do a review. Me and my dude Edward from smallscreen.co will probably do Friday morning, Friday afternoon, because he's in the UK and he's already watched it. So we're gonna do a spoiler review tomorrow, probably about 1 or 2 p.m. And on our last episode, we talked about how the WandaVision showrunners really, the weekly episodic storytelling really leaves room for people to just speculate wildly on stuff, us included. We didn't get too deep into the weeds. White Vision. People have been talking about their cameos that are coming up. The most common one people think is Doctor Strange is going to show up in an end credit scene tonight. But the one thing we do know, the end of WandaVision will lead into Doctor Strange into the multiverse of madness. So it's they've already said that. That's the one thing we know for sure. Who is the Dark Lord that she is referring to? I think that Agatha Harkness is actually trying to mine the chaos magic out of Scarlet Witch. I think that's. I'm pretty sure we could talk about last week's episode, right? And it's like,
yeah, right.
Everybody's seen it, right? So I think she's gonna try to mine out of her powers, and I think that they're gonna all team up to fight her. And White Vision or Colorless Vision is gonna be fighting alongside Agatha, or just throw a wrench in it. But man, it's good to have a show again that we can be excited about. Weekly storytelling. Well, what am I talking about? We just saw The Mandalorian, right? I guess we're kind of spoiled.
This had more cooler talk than Mandalorian, though, by far.
Because it's more, I guess, the characters are not new. We kind of have an attachment to it. The last episode of WandaVision was arguably the most emotional of it. You could really see the buildup of what Wanda has gone through, and you can see why she's just lost it, right? She's lost her parents, she's lost her brother, she's lost Vision twice.
No
she's
shit,
about to lose him again.
Right.
I mean,
it's not in her mind.
Yeah, but it's amazing that the show hasn't leaked more. I mean, it's amazing how the Marvel snipers have these people on lock. And even if something is leaked, they want you to know it's leaked. Like whenever Tom Holland or Mark Ruffalo leaks something, you don't think that Marvel's telling him to go out there and leak it. Come on, stop it. Anyway, Silver Surfer number 3 from 1968 won on February 27th, sold for $15,000. But if you would have bought it on December 22nd, man, you could have bought it for $6,100. Good Lord. You know what that deserves? You know what else? That's another I think that deserves both a double.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Right.
Damn!
That's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna just run those. All right, so let's go. Next on the list is something that's more familiar. I mean, rarely do we see such a new book on this list, but there you go, man. This is it just keeps on going and going.
It's going. It's creeping up, and something is killing the children right here. So this hit a new high sale of $659 for a CGC 9.8. Absolutely amazing. Just for some perspective. Well, we're not applying apples to apples here. It took 11 years. A TV show announcement, plus a year after the first season of The Walking Dead to hit this type of aftermarket heat. And check it out. Something to Killing the Children, the number 6, the Jennifer Zone, 1 in 25 color splash. That variant sold for a massive $1,380.55 raw, making this the most valuable. Making this the most valuable cover for the series right here.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Raw dog too. My God.
Wow.
So there's the bonus for that one. This is a raw comic. So this is actually snuck in on the 11th because they wanted to talk about both of them, but this is the rarest of the rare for this book. People love it, man. I mean, Something is Killing the Children, The Department of Truth, all these little books, people are, and it's like and I'm pretty sure Berserker will end up on this list too. If you don't think a Berserker movie or show is coming, then you're not reading the tea leaves, right? Would Keanu Reeves get involved with it? He's going to get money thrown at him by Hollywood, and it's fast. It's inevitable. It's coming, but it came out last week. I think our friends at Ages of Comics of Alaska had a 1 in 1,000 signed by Keanu Reeves, right?
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
That's amazing. Yeah. So it's good to see the smaller, studios. I can't even say they're smaller studios, but they're doing giant print runs. Good for them, because they're going to keep up with the big 2 or the big 3 with Image Comics. Just wait till the new Spawn titles come out. You think there's a lot of variants for? You think there'll be a lot of variants for that? I think Todd McFarlane is going to get buck wild with the variants. But Something is Killing the Children. This one is issue number 6, by the way. This Raw Dog for $12.75. Jenny Frezone, whatever. I'm gonna go with Frozone since I'm a big fan of The Incredibles, man. So Jenny Frozone. All right, what do we got? Oh, no, this is one of the ones I regret the most.
You know it.
You don't know. I was 13 years old when this came out. I had these in my hand.
Number 1, originally published in 1984. Mirage Comics. Now, key books like this with low print runs are destined for continuous price increases. This week, a CGC 9.2 sale of $27,000 smashed the previous high sale of $11,495.
Hold on, pause. All right, go ahead.
Now that's the real turtle power right there. Wow.
I had these in my hand.
I had the entire first print run of the all of them in magazine size. So I think it's the first 4 or 5 issues. They were the magazine size. Oh man. And I meant put it this way. Live action turtle movies didn't even make this book move. You know what I mean? It's, some of the people that are new to the hobby are, $27,000 though.
$27,000.
$27,000. Man. What? Come on, man.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
No, no doubt. Pay that man his money. All
Pay
right. All right. Next up, this is a rather interesting book that I would have never thought would have made this list.
This is a good one right here. Well, this is talking about it. This book has been talked about. I've been hearing a lot of people talk about this in all the different variants. Thundercats #1 from 1985. This will get your sword growing. That's pretty funny. A CGC 9.8 sold this week for a new high of $975. In addition, the newsstand sold for $1,009 for a 9.8. Nostalgia is full in this force. There's so much love for this franchise. Hopefully there's content in the future for our favorite cats of the Thunder. This book there's so many different variants of this book. Yeah, this is crazy.
Were they from Thundar or Thundera? I
Thundera.
Thundera, yeah.
Thundera, yeah. You're thinking maybe Thundar the Barbarian?
Well, since we're talking about, go ahead and finish your spiel.
No, that's it. It's a great book. A lot of people are talking about it.
So how much was the newsstand or direct stand?
$1,009.
$1,009. So you know what I'm going to do, right?
I got one of these on there. It's way to CGC right
1984. Looks like 1984. I was still skewing toward newsstand being more rare than direct stand. Right around 1986 is about a 50-50 split. So 1984 started moving that way. So all right, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, this list. I saw this list. I was like, oh, you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. All right, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue #1 from 1984. Hopefully Radioactive Black Belt Hamsters gets a jump. You know what I'm saying? Oh, excuse me, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm telling you, all these weird properties that Marvel and DC had in the 80s, everybody's, I keep on saying, if there's ever an Alf reboot, that damn Alf comic is going to go through the roof. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. The Alf raping the seal cover. Can I say that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that book is gonna. If Alf, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but you never know. Nostalgia, Hollywood's running out of ideas, so there you go. Thundercats. Oh, I had the wrong thing in there, so sorry, but you get it. It's not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's that. So next up is another book that I actually don't have, but I have the other version of it. But this one is the more rare of them.
The white one is.
Right. Yep. Here we go. The Tick Special Edition #1, originally published in 1988 from New England Comics. There was a huge new high Ross sale of $500 for this first appearance of the Tick. Now, typically, Raws have always floated around $150 to $200, so $500 is woo. Now, while the Tick has struggled to match the success of the 90s cartoon, his fan base seems to continue to grow.
I'm a huge Tick fan. I love the Tick. Look at him. He's got his look what he's got around his neck. Some people said it was a camera, but it's one of those projectors.
No. It's a viewfinder thing.
It's a viewfinder.
But he used to be like he was so crazy he thought he could see like he used it to help him fight crime or something. Right. Batman is one of my favorite characters. Remember that crazy little guy with the wings? That used to fly around. Yeah.
Oh my god, the chair-faced. Oh my god!
If that show, whatever, if they were to make that show now on him, I think it came on Amazon Prime.
It did. It wasn't. It was one of the first Amazon franchises that come out. Yeah. It was good. It wasn't great, but
But the guy who played the Tick was perfect.
Yes.
The Guy Peterman or whatever his name is from Friends. Is that his name? Guy Peterman? How do I remember that? Anyway, he like the perfect voice for it. Like he's the forever. So this is the Tick Special Edition #1. So the other one is the black cover. The Special Edition has the white cover. So just knows that. So be careful when you're out there getting said comics. So, yeah. But man, God, who had it? My man on his it was on an IG live sale, and somebody bought this for like $100. And I was trying to get it too. It was one of the IG auctions that people do, which I can never actually do myself. I just don't see. It's just hard. I don't know how they keep track of them, but the Tick Special Issue #1, $500 for raw copy, sold like 3 days ago, man. So get ready for some more FOMO or jump for joy because a lot of you have this and a lot of you have been selling it.
This is me? All right, here we go. Ultimate Fallout 4, right? Holy smokes. This hit a new high sale in a 9.8 of $2,796.31. Oh my God. For those who expected this to drop under $1,000, forget about it. That's not happening. $3K doesn't seem impossible for this book either. The print run is massive, but the direct demand currently exceeds the supply. We'll admit it. This amount well exceeds any expectations we had for the first appearance of Miles Morales. Pay close attention to the 9.6s, boys and girls. With this new boost for the 9.8s, the 9.6s are undervalued at $750 right now. That is definitely going to change, and it's not going to go down. Good God.
Yeah, that direct stand variant is looking more and more.
It's going to be over $3,000 soon. Come on.
Yeah, the newsstand, excuse me for this, is really that is, people are really paying big bucks for the newsstand, because you think about it, 2011, how many newsstand copies were out there? You know what I mean? Yeah, we're not talking about the Marvel's preview issues, because we're going with this because it's an actual story. It's not an advertisement. But, Ultimate Fallout number 4, the first real appearance of Miles Morales. Jeez, pushing $3,000. It will hit $3,000 when it hits when he comes to the big screen. But,
sure. Once they name an actor.
Here's a book we've been talking about.
Now it's going to hit $3,000 in 2 weeks.
Yeah, but all it takes is somebody to see it live action. I swear to God, we can talk about it. There's the Variety can talk about it. Hollywood Reporter can talk about it. But until they actually see it on TV or on screen is when they go, oh, now I should buy it. It's like, I don't understand. You've had this information. Like, you knew Agatha Harkness was going to be in WandaVision. Then all of a sudden, she had to call herself Agatha Harkness.
And then you still didn't believe her.
Yeah, so... Here's a book that we've been talking about. We've been high on this show for a while, and I had this book on a long-term spec list a long time ago, for the wrong reasons though. It's the first appearance of a character, but people aren't buying it for that. What is it?
All right, next up we've got Vision number 1, the Sook 1 in 25 variant, originally published in 2015 from Marvel Comics. Now, Scarlet Witch and Vision Fever is not limited to their first appearances in X-Men 4 and Avengers 57. A modern Vision variant is getting some love as well.
Damn.
The Ryan Sook 1 in 25 variant of Vision number 1 just hit an all-time high of $1,499 for a CGC 9.8. Now, the book has first appearance of Virginia, Vin, and Viv, a later family makeup to the Wanda, Billy, and Tommy family we experienced in WandaVision, and is an excellent 12-book series written by none other than Tom King. Now, there have been some other recent eBay sales higher than the aforementioned all-time high, but those books seem to have been relisted and as such are suspect. Sometimes buyers don't pay and the seller has to relist, or buyers and sellers reach an agreement for which eBay posts the original list price instead of the actual agreed upon price. It's a reminder that you can't always take everything you see on eBay at face value.
Would you look at that? So really, this is, it's a rare cover, 1 in 25, but it features the first appearance of the Vision's kids as opposed to WandaVision's kids, right? These are Viv and whatever, Viv Vision, and what was the name?
Vin and Viv, and the
Vin and Viv's Vision, which is a great story, which kind of WandaVision kind of takes some borrows a little bit from the Vision, the Scarlet Witch and Vision miniseries, the 12-issue miniseries, as well. A little bit of this kind of like because there's that cover where you see their entire family in like a 50s scene as well. Yep. So it's really interesting. When Paul Bettany was being interviewed, and they talked about doing these sitcoms, and he goes, you know what, it was really daunting. He goes, looking back on it, we were watching Dick Van Dyke, and they were saying he was a genius doing the pratfalls, acting drunk, and he said it was just daunting to see these sitcoms and how well they were done, like Dick Van Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore Show and all these ones that and Paul Bettany was like, I was a little bit nervous. Another interesting factoid: Paul Bettany's ears are CGI'd out of WandaVision. So the things you see covering his ears. So at first he had this thing covering his ears and he couldn't hear anything. So they removed them. And he said in an interview that during post-production, they CGI'd out his ears. So he's walking around set with his Vision head cap on, all his makeup, but his regular human ears popping out. So, so a little fun factoid from the Lords when you watch our show that Google it is a thing. I actually saw it on his interview with Stephen Colbert. Where they said that I think it was Stephen Colbert. One of them. He's been doing they've been doing their junket for their the press tours for WandaVision since it's ending now, which is kind of weird that they just started kind of really talking about it now. Which brings me, I guess, to a point. We got one more book, by the way, but as I start to digress into another, why haven't we seen any press junkets for the Snyder Cut? Right? I mean, Zack Snyder has been doing interviews on YouTube with people who have 500 followers, right? I mean, why is he on like Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Fallon, or Jimmy Kimmel, or any of these other shows? It just shows that he's not getting paid for this, right? Zack Snyder. He already got paid once for the Snyder Cut. So he's doing all this just, whatever they're giving him, but he's not getting a personal cut from it, from what I was told. I think my man Sil Abdul, who follows the Snyder cult and cut big time. So it's kind of weird, like, cause isn't it coming out in like 3 weeks, the Snyder Cut?
Yeah, March 17th, March 15th. So we're in our 17th. Yeah, I was just talking about it.
4 hours long. Get your caffeine ready, boys. Well, I guess is it going to be 4 1-hour episodes, or is it going to just
it's going back and forth from what I understand?
So there you go. We shall see if it gets the same amount of spec that WandaVision has. I don't think it will, because there's probably only a few characters that you don't know about that are coming. Martian Manhunter being one of them. Maybe a Green Lantern, and obviously Darkseid. But outside of that, I mean, we shall see. But so a week from tomorrow, we're going to get Falcon and Winter Soldier. So let's get ready to spec again, boys and girls.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Last book on the list is an oldie but goodie. Everybody should have this.
Oldie but goodie, but specking on mutants now. Let's go. Who doesn't love the disco dancing dazzler herself? She's returned from the pages of X-Force. However, multiple sources of comic-based websites and YouTube showing mock-ups of Taylor Swift, what she would look like as Dazzler, has piqued a lot of collectors' interests. We'll admit, she would look, they would admit, I don't think so. Regardless, her first appearance in this issue hit a new high sale of $13.50 for a CGC 9.8. First Dazzler, XMen 130, classic, right in the beginning of the Phoenix Saga. Cool book, great cover.
Very underrated book. Very underrated book for first appearance.
Right. Chris Claremont, John Byrne, John Romita Jr. actually did the cover. I mean, you've got greatness in this. It's all over this book, and it's still underrated. And even look at the X-Men logo with the disco light.
I wouldn't mind Taylor Swift.
Disco lights and the X-Men logo.
Taylor Swift,
so
man.
underrated.
I like Taylor Swift. I think she's hot.
All right. Well, yes.
I don't know why people hate on her so much, man. Maybe because she always, but in that, she does some commercial where she's scooping a kid of ice cream and then she like winks at him like, oh, I'd tear that ass.
She winks at me. She likes me. I'm
Taylor
gonna marry her.
Yeah, I'll break up with you. You can make a song about me. Come on now, let's get with it. So X-Men number 130. It's amazing how people just make a mock-up. But you know what? It's just people know mutants are coming. I mean, if you saw WandaVision,
which ones and how,
it's pretty obvious that Wanda is a freaking mutant, right? I mean,
she's a mutant.
For those kids who are stuck on modern X-Men stuff, in the 70s and 80s, if you were born with powers, you were called a mutant automatically.
Yeah, the X gene,
yeah.
Right.
And then as time grew on, and then Hickman started drawing all kinds of crazy figures and all this craziness, and things have to change. But anybody born with powers was a mutant, and now we know that Wanda and probably Pietro both got their powers before they touched Loki's scepter. Oh. Pause. Yeah. Anyway, so there it is, man. I hope you guys did well. And you know what? Hang out with us for a few more minutes, man. We're going to look at the CovrPrice website right now.
Oh, yeah.
And let's see what's shaking today. Oh, you see how I did that?
That is good.
I like it.
Right. So this, like I said, this list. Yeah, this list changes every day.
We are stumbling.
You guys shouldn't be looking at that. But that's my Adam Blue Legend. Let's go to this. It actually went up. I sold a couple books, and my collection went down by $2,000, and then it went back up, and I didn't even add anything to it. So there you go.
There you go.
Good luck with your West Coast Avengers 45.
Yep, there's a GI Joe right there.
I got one.
These are the highest movers used. People are still getting an X-Force book, man. 36 units sold this week. Wow. 51 units sold this week for Spawn number 1, boys and girls. 51.
Is it the error print?
No, Jesus. All right, so this is the Daily Shakers list. If you have a full subscription, you get to see all 50 of them that change on a daily. Oh, look at that! Every time I look at something, it ends up being on the show next week. I'm like, all right, let me try to find something that's a little bit different. Here we go.
I like the Loki right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up this Amazing Spider-Man. This is gnarly right there, man. Yeah. So this is issue 678, the Joe Quinones Venom 1 in 50 variant, a raw dog sold for $2,000. Oh man, they're probably gonna put this on the Shakers list next week. So if you had, I think I have this. I gotta find it. It's one of them.
Wow.
But that's Raw. What's going on? Look at that.
That's
Loki
crazy.
right there.
It's only a matter of time that so we got the first appearance of Loki.
Oh,
3.0 for
that's gonna be nuts.
2250. That's not bad at all.
That's
Man.
not
Let's see
bad.
what the highest known value is. Good googly moogly.
Oh, good God.
Good Lord. What's going to happen to that with the end of the year when Loki comes out?
I know, and I don't own this
So,
book. I've been after this book for a while. You
That
don't see it a lot.
is a 9.6 sold in February 2020 for $53,000.
53 G's.
You know what that deserves, right?
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Oh yeah, you got
Crazy.
paid all right. All right, but damn, so that's crazy. A little Rick and Morty action. Look at that. I don't really rarely see Rick and Morty books on here. Let's look at issue number 1, the Justin Roiland 1 in 50. First appearance of Rick and Morty. 2,500 and a 9.8. Rick and Morty fans are super, super devout, man. They love them some Rick and Morty, man. So there you go. Damn. I wish I was into Rick and Morty. I would have known. Here's that Jenny Frison. Hey, here's a book that we always say every collector should have in
252.
their.
You should have a 252.
You should have yourself an ASM 252.
Right. Secret Wars 8.
First appearance of Spider-Man in a black costume predates Marvel Team Up 141 and the Spectacular Spider-Man 90 by 2 weeks. Rated 9.8, 1779.
17. That was
Dude, somebody had a
$700.
That's not even the highest value. Somebody had a
Somebody got a
9.9 back in
9.9.
2013
Oh
for
my
God.
$5,000.
How much is? Go back up. What?
$5,000 for a 9.9. That's incredible. How you got a 9.9 out of that one? Because this is these covers are notoriously flimsy in this era of comics 1984.
Yeah,
the covers
this
are
was-
super. They're super
And
light.
the back was.
I
the
bet
back
this would be
was
like
black.
50-50 direct to.
You can almost see the first page's art through the cover. Like on Spider-Man 299 and 301, those white covers, you can see like the first page of art because they're so flimsy. Your typical suspects on here, little Wonder Woman. Here's that Clone Wars book.
One.
Here's
Go to that
another
event.
Spider-Man.
Tim, go to the Adventure Comics. This book is very underrated. It's a DC key.
There you go.
Yeah, this is the first appearance of the Legion of Superheroes. This book is a ghost if you ever see this book.
First appearance of Legion of Superheroes, Saturn Girl,
yeah.
Cosmic Boy, Lightning Boy. Look at that. 0.5 sold for $700.
This book is a ghost. This
It was
book is a
basically used
ghost.
as a cum rag, and it was still sold for $700,
my
$6.99.
Yeah.
8.5 sold last year for 19
20 grand.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I don't know why WB, DC, CW,
This
whomever
was
doesn't make
1958 too.
a proper Legion of Superheroes show, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
there's
don't
a
know.
ton of characters for them to mine in that world. I mean, I don't know
Yep.
why they're not in it, but Rawhide Kid, I think we talked about Rawhide
We
Kid
did,
at one
definitely.
point on the show. Here's now, see, it takes the show to actually appear for people to
Right.
really start buying these books up, right? I mean, look, now you have Captain America issue number
Now
6.
it's
This is, of
crazy,
course,
yeah.
is the famous story. This is by Ed Brubaker. I
This
believe,
was a
right?
good run. This is a great
Yeah,
read.
It is.
Yeah,
Ed
that's what
Ed
that
Brubaker and Steve Epting.
Yep.
A 9.8 sold for $650.
I sold that book too cheap.
That's the highest known value, highest known ever sold is sold yesterday for. So there you go. The Falcon Winter Soldier
People are
spec is
starting it.
already
People are
starting to
starting, yeah.
happen.
They're starting on the next spec. Watch what happens with that in 4 weeks.
Here's an
What?
old
How long
friend
is
of
it?
ours. Do you remember when everybody wanted this book?
Yep.
First full appearance of Apocalypse.
This book
550 for a
550.
9.8. Look
For
at
a
that.
major villain, for a major
When was this
mutant
published?
villain.
86. So do you want in 86? I'm still bring up the chart again. What do you want in this one?
About
in
50-50.
1986 is
50-50
definitely
in the-
50
It's
50.
50-50. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll show the chart for everybody can look. 1986.
86 was 50-50. That was the
Yeah.
mark. Okay.
After
Yeah.
1986 is when you want direct stand. Before 1986, you want newsstand. But I guess
Got it.
it's easiest way to put it. But man, I'm surprised more people aren't buying Ultron books. Remember when first appearance of Ultron was just blowing up all over the place?
Yeah.
I still think
Yeah.
that can happen tonight. I still think
Hey,
that
look
can
at
happen tonight. We
this.
didn't get to hear his voice.
this just came out.
No way. What the heck?
I thought I had them all, but apparently I don't have this one. Damn it. This is the Demon Days XMen #1, the Peach Momoko design variant. Somebody bought a raw copy for $500, man.
Insane. Come on,
There
man.
are some gorgeous covers for this too. The Mark Brooks, the J. Scott Campbell. I got
This is all you, Tim.
I got the art germ as well. I got the Virgin art
You didn't
germ.
get
So
this one.
yeah, our friend old friend X. Hey, little brother voodoo action.
Little brother voodoo.
People thinking brother voodoo is this. I think this is one of those things where people is like, just buy it because it's eventual that he's coming. They're building up on the world of magic. They already talking about magic users. They talk about witches. 7.5 for $400. That's not bad. I do believe Manimal sold a graded copy on our last auction. I think Brother Voodoo. Yeah, somebody got a killer
Look
deal
at that
on it,
price.
too.
That's actually not that bad with everything that's going right now to pick that up for a nickel.
Well,
Yeah.
here's let's give people a really under the hood view on things on really the price differences. So 7.5 is sold for $400, but look at the difference between 7.5 and a 9.8. A 9.8 sold for $4,200. That just shows you the discrepancy between grades. So here you get a better view of it. April 2020. So roughly a year ago, 4,200. If you look, it's kind of, man, somebody got a downright deal back in 2011. But very rare that these come in such high grade. They're just hard to find. I have two of them myself that I can't get higher than a 9.0 on. But you can see 9.6 is starting to creep up. Look at that. 9.4s are now over $1,000 starting. So let's look at 9.2s creeping up there. 9.0, 650. So you know what? Read the tea leaves, guys. I mean, Brother Voodoo. I seriously doubt he'll be called Brother Voodoo.
Right.
Probably called Dr. Voodoo, which he was called.
Voodoo, yeah.
At one point he was called Dr. Voodoo in the comics because he was a sorcerer supreme.
Why is Avengers 7 hot? What's going on over there?
Let's take a look.
Avengers 7 right there. Yeah. What's going on over there? No key. Yeah.
It could be a minor key that people are specking on, but I mean, the
Baron
live chat
cover. I don't know. What do you think that is?
I'm surprised Baron Zemo hasn't jumped up in price because they
show
him wearing his purple ribbed condom mask. I mean, because it's kind of amazing that more people are. I guess it just takes them to see Baron Zemo in action for them to really come out. Here's something you don't see every day. Babe Comics from 1948.
Wow.
Not very anatomically correct, but whatever. We get run for your life. Babe's gonna throw her cyclone ball at you. $515 for 6.5. That's pretty interesting. I've never even heard of this.
Yeah.
Flash. Brookdale wins 5.4. There you go. Some Golden Age comics. That's always just some things. Doesn't matter. They're just hard to find. I mean, hell, even the screenshot that they have has a date stamp on it. You see that? July 21st.
Yeah.
It's hard to find when the only copy they can find has a date stamp on it. But there you go. Looks like some rawhide kids are picking up this Star Wars Clone Wars.
Morbius.
Yeah, let's look at this one. This X-Men book.
Yeah, second appearance.
That's not even the first Sauron.
No.
But it's a high graded Silver Age book for $750.
9.6.
A 9.6 in the silver.
If you can find Silver Age X-Men in 9.6, nab them. I mean, that's a pretty good grade. So a 9.8 sold for $2,300 though. It just goes to show you it doesn't matter on certain books if they're just really something is killing the children is all over the list.
All over this list.
That is crazy. Something really is killing the children.
Amazing.
Hey, I got one of these. Let me see how many. Let's go through and see how many I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, I was just saying, I have this.
That wasn't there a minute ago.
Yeah. 5, 6.
You don't have a 252?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 3 Master of Kung Fu's. 12, 13, 14. 15, 16. I have 16 of the top 50 books.
Not bad.
So let's take a look at Master of Kung Fu because I'm always curious that we know the movie's coming, but what are look at that. Let's look at the actual break it down because I do have a 9.8. Holy cow. I am selling that shit.
You won't sell that book, will you?
I have 3 copies, so we'll see.
Yeah,
but we'll see how high it goes. But good Lord. February of this year, 9.8 sold for 7,500. I believe it or not, my other copies are double signed, but my 9.8, I was like, I am not cracking it. I am not cracking it. I bought it from our friend, our pal for comics, Dennis. And I'll tell you right now, I bought it for $1,500 the day the movie was announced. I said, Dennis, you still got a copy? He goes, yeah, I'll give it to you for what it's selling for now. And that was cool of him because, obviously as soon as I bought it, value went up when they announced the movie, because as soon as they announced it during, I think it was San Diego Comic-Con or D23, is when the book started going up, but it didn't really move a lot. And we haven't seen an official trailer yet, but look at these prices: $7,500, $6,000, $4,500. Wow. I also have a 9.6. That's not bad. Maybe I'll sell my 9.76, $2,500. I also have a 9.2 and a 9.0.
Good Lord.
Yeah. I have almost the entire run of Master of Kung Fu. So I think there are some, and I'll stop sharing now. I think there's some gold in their heroes, because if they do an entire movie, there's bound to be a lot of characters they're going to be talking about. So just think about, Marvel rarely does just one movie, right? And, it's typically, if it's successful, they'll do a trilogy. So there's a lot of stories to tell. So just, look out for those. That's what I say, man. So we've been with you guys for 45 minutes, 170 of you watching. I am starving.
Nice.
I would say I'll take a nap, but shout out to my man Dollar Bin Fodder. Follows me on Twitter. I always talk to him on the side. I think he's part of Tales from the Flit Side, so shout out to Dollar Bin. Give him a follow on Instagram, the Twitters and the Twatters and all that stuff. Shout out to our friends at Geekosity Mag. Hone it down. Maybe I'll have James from Geekosity Mag join me and smallscreen.co tomorrow right about 1 p.m. Pacific. We're going to do our WandaVision review. And I think tomorrow we're finally going to do our long-term spec list. We just need to get out of the way. Because
we're sitting on it.
Because Saturday I'm going to be on the Geek Aficionado with talking about what I collect. And then Sunday I'm going to be on East Meets West. Or is it? Yeah, East Meets West. And then Sunday at 4 p.m. East Meets West. And then at 5 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to be doing another live Letters of the Long Box with Mikey Sutton. And then we have another long-term spec list for next week and another long-term spec list for the week after that. So a lot of great cheap books to go out there and get, man. So speaking of great cheap books, Otto, any last words?
Oh, that's it. Wow. Yeah, man. Good to see everybody hanging out with us tonight. Sorry, I stumbled over a little bit of my words. Pretty excited for this list. But guys, head over to 3 Men in a Basement. We actually just started a separate little Instagram page. So if you don't want to follow Roger, myself, or Dave in a Cave, you can just head over to 3 Men in a Basement on Instagram, all one word. We are going live tomorrow night, 8 p.m. I got mail calls, AOKs. We've got Future State. Dave in the Cave is going to be rocking with us. So 3 Men in a Basement tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. I hope you guys can join us. Thank you very much.
All right. Any last words, JB?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to drop the link right here. And I want to shout out the last 2 weeks' winners have come from this show. Last week's winner was Nikki Comics Addiction. Says, see you a bunch on the Lord's Good Show. And if you don't want to know what I'm talking about, you can win a PS5 simply by dropping a comment on my top 10 video. I just dropped the link in the description. And don't forget, if you're watching us and you have not already, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the Lords of the Long Box and hit the bell. He just gave you the rundown. A ton of great content coming up, and you don't want to miss it. Thanks for having me on tonight, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we also have our giveaway that I keep on forgetting about, and we're going to announce that next week for sure. So go check out our video from a week or two ago, our 6,000 subs giveaway. We're like 6,100 and something already, so we'll eventually get to that too. Sorry, it's just been really busy, so just tired. I'm mentally exhausted. I need to take like a 4-month vacation.
Basically. Well, then by the time you'll be old enough to retire.
Be ready for WandaVision tonight.
Yeah,
Come on,
I'm going to take a nap. Then again, I've been napping all day. So, but see you guys tomorrow on Small Screen Co. or my show or one of them. We're going to be doing a breakdown on WandaVision. Until next time, boys and girls, keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out. As soon as I find my intro exit, man.
There you go. Hit it.
I got way too many things in StreamYard now. It's like a million things. Peace out, everybody. That one's way too long.
Now let's do this. Rewind, select and come again. Pull up that from the top to the very last.
Who are you to make their lives bitter in hard bondage? In this you shall know that the Lord is What you think about it? Do it! We're here! fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
When it comes, I won't even notice. Oh, how so? I'll be too busy looking good.
You can't understand.